Greetings, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I want to welcome you to my new Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast series. We have been overwhelmed with the responses that people have shared from listening to these messages on my SiriusXM show over the years. Those listeners, and they're sharing my show with their network, telling people about it, telling their family members, their friends, and their coworkers about this show and the impact it's having on their lives. That's the main reason that this show is now number one for self-help in America, and I'm very grateful. Yet, we realize that many people do not have satellite radio, and therefore could not experience for themselves the message. They could not get it for themselves. So we are now sharing these messages with everyone via this new podcast. Enjoy it and share it with your network. And let's help even more people to do more, be more, and achieve more. Tell everybody so that they can live a Wealthy Ways life as well. Welcome to the new Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast. And remember, your best is yet to come.
Named one of the outstanding 5 speakers in the world.
Inducted into the Speaker Hall of Fame.
Award-winning singer.
Best-selling author.
And now, here's Willie Jolley.
Are you tired of crying and complaining? Tired of feeling like life don't treat you fair? Do you see so many others moving on? Are you steady going nowhere? Have you maybe come to the conclusion that there's nothing at all that you can do? Well, just look in any mirror and you'll see who is really truly stopping you. My. It's up to every one of us to take charge of our life and to make it what we want. If you think that it takes too much time, think again, 'cause I'm telling you it don't. The fact is, it only takes a minute to make up your mind that now is your time to make your run. It only takes a minute, 60 seconds to begin to decide to win. Just get it on. Just get it on.
And I only have a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it, but it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but an eternity is in it. Greetings, everybody. This is Dr. Willie Jolley coming to you, and I am excited about today. Coming to you full force, full of life, full of energy, because this is a great day. This literally is the day that the Lord has made, and I am rejoicing and I'm glad in it. And I hope you are too. Hope you're excited about today. If you're not excited about today, I want you to do what my dear friend, the late, great Zig Ziglar would say. He said, try missing one. You don't want to miss a day. You should be grateful every day you wake up without a chalk outline around your body and be excited about it. So I'm excited about today. I'm excited about today's show. We've got a special show for you today that's really going to bless you mightily. So I want you to get ready for it. Pull out your pad, your pencil, your paper, your information, your iPad, your Android, whatever you take your notes on, because you're going to get some good stuff today. Before we get started, I start every show by taking a moment to give God glory, to give him praise for the opportunity to have an opportunity to life. Yeah, not just the opportunity to be on the radio again. That's great. Not the opportunity just to give another speech when I go to speak. That's great. Not just an opportunity to have another book come out, which is great, or a television or radio show to be broadcast. That's great. But I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for strength, and I'm grateful for health. I'm grateful for living and waking up in America, waking up in another opportunity time-driven day. So I'm grateful, and I give God glory. And I know everybody doesn't believe like I believe, and I'm fine with that. I just know what side my bread is buttered and who does the buttering, so I give him glory. My guest today is a person of same mindset. He is one of the great spiritual and success leaders in America. I am grateful to call him a friend. He is the founder of the Agape International Spiritual Center in Los Angeles, which has thousands of members and global live streamers that are unable to be counted. He's a humanitarian. He's had an incredible humanitarian impact. He's been talked about by the Dalai Lama. He's been called by the King family as the person who most readily lives the type of life that Dr. Martin Luther King would envision. He's a teacher, conference speaker, seminar leader, author, a radio show host. He has a radio show on every week on KPFK called Wake Up the Sound of Transformation. He also is on Hay House Online Radio on hayhouseradio.com. He has been on Dr. Oz, Help Desk, Larry King, The Oprah Winfrey Show, Tavis Smiley. He's had his own PBS special. And he's now on the Dr. Willie Jolley Wealthy Way Show. My dear friend, the one and only, Michael Bernard Beckwith. My brother, thank you.
Hey, it is my joy to be here, and I fly with you in the altitude of supreme gratitude for my life, for the next breath I'm about to take, and for this moment we're about to share, Dr. Jolley, my buddy. Thank you so much for having me on your program.
Well, man, you know, I am grateful to have you. I've been wanting to have you for a long time, and your schedule has been busy. But we have dear friends with our dear friend John Alston was one of my dearest friends in the speaking industry, and he was a member of your church, and he would rave about you. And then his wife, Karen, is on your spiritual leadership team.
Yes, she is.
And so I would come to California, and they say, you got to go to Agape. And so many people would say, you got to go to Agape. So, we still got to make that happen, okay? I still got to come out to some time.
Oh, yeah, you definitely got to come.
Yes,
I
indeed.
do just want to mention Brother John because very powerful speaker, a lover of God, lover of humanity, lover of his wife, lover of his children,
yes,
lover of his community, and one of the true examples of a real man in our generation. So we both had him in common as well.
Yeah, we were blessed by him, and John passed on and transitioned a couple years ago, and we both spoke at his service, and it was what a wonderful service. So, well, man, you came to Howard University to the chapel service this year, and you lit it up, man. You lit that place up. People were hollering and screaming and just going nuts over the impact of your message, man. And I'm just grateful that you were able to be on here. Let's talk a bit about. I gave him a quick synopsis of who you are, and what you do, and what you've done. But please tell us a little more about who you are, where you came from, and your background.
Well, actually, I was born in Bethesda, Maryland.
Were you really?
Yeah, I'm a D.C. boy.
Okay.
My dad was in the Navy, and so I was born in the Naval Hospital there, and then subsequently lived in D.C. for a few years before he moved the entire family out to Los Angeles as he was being discharged from the Navy. And so basically grew up in L.A., went to L.A. high school, and ran track, was in the Black Student Union, was involved with anti-war movement, and subsequently went to Morehouse College, primarily because of the influence of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and then later on transferred to USC to be closer to home. And, somewhere at USC, my last year there, I had a powerful spiritual awakening in which, as I articulate in one of my books, two individuals held me down, and another individual stabbed a knife in my heart in a lucid dream. When I woke up, I could see that we were surrounded by this universal presence of love and beauty and intelligence, and it absolutely interrupted my life, the plan that I had for my life. And I began to study and research and meditate and pray, and bumped into the teachings of Jesus in a way that I'd never heard them before, and all of the other great spiritual luminaries on the planet. And my life just shifted, and I began to see that we do live, move, and have our beingness in the presence of God. That's not just a simple phrase. That's an actual reality, particularly when we begin to move into deep prayer. We do into deep visioning, deep meditation, deep study, fellowship with high-minded people. And so my life took on a different course, and I began to study these principles, these universal spiritual principles that can be applied in every area of our life. Mm-hmm. And one thing led to another. I ended up being a spiritual therapist for a number of years, ran a prayer ministry, graduated from a theology school, School of Ministry, the Ernest Holmes College School of Ministry. Subsequently, in 1986, founded Agape International Spiritual Center, overcame my reluctance, my resistance to doing that because I was kind of a contemplative. I wasn't really, didn't see myself as a big public person. And as the statement goes, God doesn't call the qualified. God qualifies the called.
Right, that's right.
And ultimately shaped me and shifted me and moved me to a place where I get to speak to thousands of people on a regular basis, get to build up this community so that it touches people with its ministries, its programs, its projects, and it's been a beautiful ride, and I feel that I'm just beginning.
Amen.
The ride at Agape has been 28 years. Before that, it was a number of years being a therapist and doing seminars. But in my life right now, I feel like I'm just getting started.
Yes.
It's a new day.
That's right. Absolutely. Well, most people, though, they know you because of Agape. And then the world knows you because of your powerful, positive messaging on the movie The Secret.
Yes.
And the book The Secret. Tell us how that came to be.
Well, some friends of mine had been telling me about Rhonda Byrne doing this movie called The Secret, that I should be in it. But she did most of the filming in Aspen. There was a lot of my buddies who were spiritual teachers in a meeting there that I could not attend because of my schedule. So I wasn't going to even be in the movie. But Rhonda Byrne had to, when she was flying back to Australia, she had to stop through L.A. as a layover. And in stopping in L.A. as a layover, she came to a service. I was speaking.
Wow.
On a Sunday, and she heard me speak, and she came up after service, and she said, "My God, you're Michael Beckwith that everybody's been telling me about. You've got to be in my movie." And I said, "What's the name of your movie?" And she said, "The Secret." And I said, "Oh yeah, some of my friends have been telling me about it." And she says, "Well, can I shoot you? Can I come here tomorrow morning and we just do it? I have this green screen." I said, "Sure."
Wow.
So the next morning, I came. They put up the green screen. Brother Drew, who was directing, was there, and Rhonda and the staff. And she began to ask me some questions, and I answered them. And then after a while, she said, "You know what? I'm not going to ask you any more questions. Just speak. Just talk." And I just began to speak about the nature of reality and the universal presence and what's possible when our thinking is in alignment with that which is true. And the next thing I know, a number of months later, I get this movie in the mail as a as a gift saying,
Yes.
This is what we're going to be releasing. And me and my wife, Ricky, we looked at it on our TV, and Ricky said, "Wow, this is going to be big."
Mm.
And I said, "You think so?" He said, "Yeah, this is really, they've really put this together well. They captured your teachings very well." And everyone else, I said, "Okay." I never even gave it another thought.
Right.
Until it hit. And then it's one of those kind of moments, where people began to, through word of mouth and through proper marketing, get the book, get the CD first, the DVD, first, and
Yes.
then ultimately the book translated in many languages. And even today, that book still sells, and the DVD still sells, and I still run into people who've just seen the movie,
Right. Wow.
who come up and say, "Oh my God, you've changed my life."
Wow.
Write me letters, send donations to Agape. It continued. That movie has legs.
Man, that's amazing. And I was in South Africa, and I was speaking in South Africa, and the distributor for The Secret in South Africa did an event featuring me. And even then, she was talking about the impact your message had on her life, and how when she saw it, she knew she had to become the distributor for the country of South Africa. And
Wow.
And that's when I said, I got to meet this guy. I got to meet this Michael Beckwith. We got to develop friendship. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back. When we come back, I'm going to ask you to do what Rhonda Byrne recommended to do. Just talk. I'm going to let you have the mic, and I'll just tell you when the breaks are, because people need to hear your message, what you share, how you share it, and the way that you inspire people to live healthy, wealthy, wise lives that make a difference. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Willie Jolley Wealthy Way Show across America. And for sure, your best is yet to come.
Now all my heart wants to do.
Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and if you're enjoying this information you're hearing on this podcast, I want to invite you to get even more great information on my new free gift page on my website. Go to wjspeaks.com and hit the All Access badge. On that page, you will find information and resources specifically designed to help you to have greater success. Free ebooks, music, all sorts of interesting and informational interviews for my XM show. I'm telling you, this is a great page. And why do I do it? Because I've learned that the more we give, the more we get. And the more we help other people to grow and go to the next level, the more we receive in our business. So we want to help you. Tell your friends about it. Go to Facebook and get my information. Go to my website, get my free resources, and get on wjspeaks.com and hit that All Access badge. It looks like a backstage pass. Click it. You'll get behind the scenes information to the special page to help you grow. All we want in return, all we ask is that you pass it on, because the more you give, the more you get. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. Have a great day.
Motivated, highly motivated, motivated, gonna take it to the top. Motivated, highly motivated, motivated, I'm never gonna stop. I had a job I really hated. It made me sick, but it got me motivated. I knew that this was not where I was meant to be. I didn't want to stay, but I was too afraid to leave. Then one day I got my check, there was almost nothing there. I went to the boss, he laughed and said he didn't care. My kids were at home hungry, I was about to lose my home. That's when I decided I had to make it on my own. Said I, gonna take it to the top. I said
And we're back. You're listening to Dr. Willie Jolley across America. And for sure, this is the day that you were here for a reason. This is the day the Lord has made, and we rejoice and are glad in it. And for those who are new to the show, the music you hear at the beginning and ending of every segment is one of my money-making music and motivation CD. So go to my website, williejolly.com. Get the music. It will inspire you. If I tell people, if you like the song Happy, you're going to like this Jolly music, because that is music that is designed to make you feel well, make you feel better, make you inspired, and live a better life every day. So go to williejolly.com, and also go to williejolly.com/free to get some excerpts from the music. williejolly.com/free to get excerpts from the music, from my books, from my audio. Just go get some free stuff. My guest today is the founder of the Agape International Spiritual Center. He is a world-renowned speaker, trainer, teacher. He's a author. He is a guy who just makes a difference in thousands, millions of people's lives. And you've known him from The Secret, the movie The Secret, as well as the book and his own books. Mike, real quick, you have a lot of seminars and programs around the country. Where can people find out about these events that you have?
They can go to michaelbernardbeckwith.com, and they can go to agapelive.com. One is my personal website. The other is the community website. They're linked to each other. And on my personal website, michaelbernardbeckwith.com, there are weekly blogs as well as detailed information as to where I'll be speaking and what's going on, access to any books they want to get. The agapelive.com has all the activities of our spiritual community programs. We have, of course, I do meditation retreats at least twice a year.
You do one on the West Coast and in the East Coast?
Well, I do both the meditation retreats on the West Coast, But we have a great conference called the Revelation Conference that bounces back and forth between the East Coast and the West Coast.
Okay, so folks, I want you, this is a conference you want to go to, and I believe we've got one coming up here on the East Coast soon. So just go and check it out if you're on the East Coast, and if you're on the West Coast, if you're listening on the West Coast, go and get involved in this and go to this conference. It will inspire you. I got a friend, I'm going to call her out right now, Dr. Lynn Lockley. I'm a shout her out. I don't know if you've ever met her, Michael, personally, but she is one of your biggest supporters. She flies out from Washington, D.C. She's a dentist, was featured on Essence, in front of Essex Magazine as their Business of the Year some years ago. And she's one of the ones who introduced me to some of your teachings by CD, and she goes to your programs. And she
flies out to Agape?
She goes out to Agape and to your retreats out on the West Coast.
Yeah, I hear there's a lot of people that do that. I run into people after services, and they'll say, I just flew in from Denver, I just flew in from Oakland, I just flew in from Phoenix, I just flew in from D.C., and I say, well, did you have a meeting here or something? And they would say, no. We built some things around the fact that we wanted to come and see you live because we've been watching you live streaming. We do have a lot of people that watch us. But we wanted to be in person. I said, you flew all the way in to come to a church? And they said, yes. I said, well, thank God.
That's quite a commute to come to service. But
I know. I met a woman in Denver. I was speaking in Denver one day, and I spoke to this woman, and I'd seen her every week at Agape. I said, oh, how you doing? I said, what are you doing here in Denver? And she said, I live here. I said, you live here? I said, but I see you at Agape every Sunday. She says, I know. I fly out on Friday. I hang out with a friend of mine. Then I come to church on Sunday. Then I fly back.
Wow.
I said, really? And her husband was standing there, and she said, yep. I tell her she can live stream, but she just feels she needs to be in that vibration.
Wow. So,
more
folks,
power to you.
Well, folks, I want y'all to go to the Michael Beckwith, BernardBeckwith.com, as well as Agape, to both their sites.
AgapeLive.com. Yeah.
AgapeLive.com, and find out when he's going to be. You will be blessed. Well, let's talk about, Rhonda Byrne said it so wonderfully. Rather than me ask you a bunch of questions, you share with people so many profound secrets and teachings and ideas. I'm just going to say, Michael, if you were in a class of college students or young entrepreneurs or small business people who were trying to find their success, what would you tell them?
Well, of course, I'd have to begin with the awareness, what it means to live, move, and have our beingness in the presence of God. Because many people live, move, and have their being in impossibility thinking. They live, move, and have their being in fear, doubt, worry, and the barrage of negativity that comes from our corporate media blasting us with the lowest common denominator of the human experience. With a little practice, some affirmation, some statements of truth, some meditation, some prayer, study, being around high-minded people, you start to peel away from the world, and you start to become aware that you really do live, move, and have your beingness in this field of infinite possibility and infinite potential. And then you begin to be aware that we all have a mandate from this presence to go forth and to multiply. That is, to magnify the sacred qualities of the Spirit, which are abundance, which is harmonizing prosperity, which is intelligence, which is love and beauty and wholeness and well-being and entrepreneurship and creativity and enterprising qualities. These are all encoded within us. The world can't give them to you, and the world can't take them away. They are already within you. But we have to tap into them through spiritual practice and, as I like to say, fellowshipping with high-minded people, being around the right kind of people so that you're staying properly inspired and motivated and educated so that your thoughts are emanations of the inspiration that come from the mind of God. Now, what's very important is that when scientists tell us about the Big Bang Theory and how out of nothing at all there was a proverbial Big Bang in which the universe, the galaxies, the solar systems, the stars, the planets, living biology began to form throughout the cosmos, and that I like to teach, of course, that this mind of God created everything out of nothing at all, out of no thing.
Right.
And that we, as the image and likeness of this presence, we get to create the same way. We don't create from an original flaw. We don't create from an original sin. The Spirit of the living God created out of fullness and joy and not out of loneliness. So when we're out in the world, we're not to try to create out of loneliness, fear, doubt, worry, greed, stinginess. We're to wake up, as you stated at the beginning of the program, in a dynamic feeling tone of gratitude and thanksgiving for another day of living. and begin to allow the ideas to flow through us that are coming from a sense of fulfillment, from a sense of connectivity. And we can create literally out of no thing. You see, a lot of people are waiting for the right time. They're waiting for the right circumstance. They're waiting for the right situation. The situation is to be just right. And when you're creating from the spiritual domain, you're not living from circumstances and situations. You're living from the ideas in your mind that you're getting from God. Out of no thing. Not nothing, but no thing.
Right.
An idea. And with gratitude and with these ideas beginning to flow through you, what happens? You're compelled into right action.
Right.
You start doing the right thing because you're holding the right idea, and you're not looking for anything to change in the world, but then you become a game changer. You become an individual in the world that changes the world, that changes circumstances, that changes situations, because you're not living bound by conditions. You're living, moving, and having your beingness in the presence of God. And so when individuals begin to really consider that the Spirit of God, by whatever name you choose to call this presence, you can call the presence love, you can call the presence beauty, you can call the presence divine intelligence. I don't care what you call it. Neither does he. He doesn't care either, as long as you call it forth as the activity of your awareness. When we begin to be aware that this presence does not create out of loneliness or lack, therefore, you were created not out of loneliness or lack or scarcity. Therefore, there's no original flaw in you. There's no original sin. You were created out of love, which means you have a purpose to reveal more love and more beauty and more joy and more intelligence. What? According to your unique pattern. Uniqueness is the way by which God reveals its infinite nature. God is infinite. And so there's no fingerprints of light. There's no human beings that are exactly the same. There are no flowers that are exactly the same. There are no snowflakes that are exactly the same. Everything is a unique opening, a unique place for the presence of God to reveal its infinite nature. So when we hear, go forth and multiply, when we hear, my soul doth magnify the Lord, that means according to our unique pattern, we are here and we're primed and ready to reveal the face of divinity according to our uniqueness. I took my dog for a walk 2 days ago, and I got enamored with the flowers that I was seeing along the way. And I began to take pictures of every flower that I saw. And by the time I got home, I must have had 30 shots. Every single flower was different. Different species, different color. There was not anything that was the same. And then I couldn't help but seeing all the beauty around me because that's what I was looking for. Each of us are unique expressions of God Almighty, God All Beauty, God All Joy. And we are here with a mandate to reflect and to reveal the cosmos in a way that has never happened before. Now, when we begin to rise to that level, we begin to be aware that a recession means that we are to become more resourceful.
Right.
That's what it means. It means that the universe is giving you an opportunity to activate something within you that is there, it's latent, but the circumstance and the situation is just calling for it from you. The world does not determine our destiny.
Right.
The politicians do not determine our destiny. Governmental mishaps around the taking away of civil liberties or making corporations persons and all the mistakes that our government has made cannot determine your destiny. You can rise high and reveal prosperity and abundance and health and wealth and well-being and generosity and compassion and wholeness and charity. You can reveal all of that. If not one circumstance changes, you still have all the power within you to make a mighty difference on this planet. And then you'll be the difference made in somebody's life because you've arrived in gratitude and in great possibility.
Whoo, that is. Now, look, folks, I told you this was going to be good stuff. I'm writing as quick as I can because this is the kind of resource that we want to have in our community that will encourage you to know that it is not a recession. It is a time to be resourceful. You know, I wrote about it in my book, Turn Setbacks into Greenbacks, and he has said it even more effectively and articulatively that this is your time to do great things. You're listening to Dr. Willie Jolley. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more from our friend Michael Bernard Beckwith right after this. This is Dr. Willie Jolley, and we're back with Michael Bernard Beckwith, founder of the Agape International Spiritual Center and great speaker, thinker, teacher. Well, Michael, there's something that you said that I had to take a little more time in, because I love what you said about recession means that we are resourceful and that we are just called forth in the Spirit of God. And you can create a no thing with gratitude. No thing that is something that can come out of no thing because of the attitude of gratitude, the attitude of possibility, expectation. And you've been able to teach people how, when they go through tough times, because we go through tough times sometimes, don't we?
Yes.
And how do we get through those moments of setbacks, those moments of, as one of my friends had me interview me, said, what do we do when we go through the divorce, the disease, the downsizing, the disassociation? What happens when we go through those dreaded moments? And how do you come back from that?
Right. Well, I think, first of all, the context by which we have to look at all of that, these challenges that come up in our life, is that we're not here to live a challenge-free life. We're not here to fall prey to the advertisements on television that have you swimming in an ocean on a yacht for the rest of your life doing nothing. You are here and embracing the challenges of your life because the challenges are bringing gifts for your unfoldment. And so you basically, the bigger your dream, the bigger the challenge. The bigger the vision you have, then the bigger the challenge is going to come, because the individual that has the dream, the individual that has the vision, is not going to be the same individual that manifests the vision. There's going to have to be some transformation that takes place. Some changes are going to occur. So when there's a loss, when there's a divorce, a disease, something disharmonious happens in our life, it's a call oftentimes a call from the universe that we're having to let go of something in order to embrace the higher order of our being. Spiritual growth, development, and unfoldment, prosperity, wealth, and abundance. It's not about gaining. It's about letting go of something. And because everything has already been given us from the very beginning of that which we would call time, everything has been given already. So what we're doing is we're letting go of the mental aberrations, the obscurations. We're letting go of the filters. We're letting go of the lies. We're letting go of the little perceptions that we have so that we can live the life according to our divine pattern. So the challenges and the things that come in our life help us let go of that which no longer serves us. It helps us let go of opinions, points of view, perceptions, beliefs, so that we can embrace the great presence that is for us and never against us. So oftentimes people live in the awareness of they're here to try to get something. I teach we are here to let something. We're to let the God times roll. We're to let go and let God. Let go and let peace. Let go and let joy and harmony happen. But we're letting go of that which no longer serves us. So every challenge that comes into our life, we have to ask, what can I let go of that no longer serves me? What used to be good in my life that now is now an anchor rather than a sail? You know, and if we ask those questions, what is I'm to let go of now? Then the challenge becomes redemptive. It helps us evolve to the next level of our expression. But individuals, when they're going through challenges, they clutch sometimes. They want to hold on to things. And in fact, this is your time to let go. I mean, the caterpillar that's becoming a butterfly can't hold on to that old body, can't hold on to that chrysalis, can't hold on to its old identity. You know, it has to let go. And when it's letting go, everything falls apart. The whole chrysalis becomes a liquid.
Right.
Things don't even look the same anymore. There's a different identity that takes place. And then as the imaginal cells within that caterpillar begin to outnumber the old immune system, The old dies, the new is being born, and you have a new creature in excellence, a new creature in the Christ energy, a new creature in love. You have a caterpillar. And so oftentimes when challenges are coming our way, we're spinning a cocoon. We're becoming a chrysalis. When it appears like loss is happening, we're actually letting go of that which doesn't serve us, so that the next stage of our unfoldment can take place. So as we begin to look at life more from that context, that life is for us, life is progressive, life is an evolutionary urge within all of us, then we're able to embrace the challenge and say, bring it on. Something's trying to be born here. I'm becoming a great midwife to something within me that I'm daring myself to see and to call forth, you see.
And you know what? As entrepreneurs and as small business people and as people who want to start companies or want to live their lives to the fullest, that's the kind of attitude that it must take, a new-mindedness and high expectation. Let's talk about expectation, because you really focus on helping people to get a higher consciousness of expecting good in their lives, don't you?
Right. Well, there's two things that I think is very important to say here. One, I teach that we are not anticipants, we are participants. And so that we're not just anticipating more good coming to our life, we are participating in the good that is here now. This is why you begin with gratitude. You're participating in the field. You're not waiting for something to happen before you're grateful. You start with you're participating in the field of gratitude.
Okay, you got it. Now I'm gonna prompt you on this right there, because there's a line that you shared, Howard, that I came back right after I left there and went to WHUR because they were having their telethon that day, and I had promised to stop by and say a few words, and I had to requote you and then go off air after and get in my car and retweet you. Okay. Because it was so profound. You talked about it. I'll let you set it up and let you say it, because you say it better than I could ever say it. You talked about the fact that sometimes parents say to you, you know where I'm going. You go.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Gratitude.
Yeah, gratitude. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was reminding the folks in the audience, for those who were honest, I said, everybody remembers your parent telling you, you keep crying, I'm going to give you something to cry about. And everybody, amen, because they know parents have said that to us. I said, but the universe is more progressive. The universe says to you, you keep on being grateful, I'm going to give you something to be grateful for. That's how it operates.
That's how it operates, baby.
That's the law.
That's right.
You wake up and you enter into that field of gratitude and thanksgiving. The universe says, you keep on being grateful, I'm going to give you something to be grateful for.
Amen.
And then the blessings unfold. Opportunities show up. The grace notes of the Spirit reveal themselves. Gifts come your way. Unexpected, glad surprises happen in your life because you were grateful, you participated in the field of great gratitude, and then the universe wrapped itself around that vibration and frequency and manifested itself sometimes in ways beyond what we can even imagine.
Woo! That's the truth. Folks, this is truth. I have found this to be true. This is so profound because people will ask, Willie, how did you do this? How did you create your business? How did you write the book? And I said, I got an attitude of gratitude and I give God the glory even in the challenging times. And the Bible says it in Romans. It says all things, not some things, all things work together for good for them that love the Lord and are they called according to their purposes. So what looks like a negative is really God setting you up for something good. He shows story after story through the Bible and through real life. People who are living it. Nelson Mandela was set up to be president through that whole process.
27 years in jail, set up to be the president.
That's right. Set up and for becoming an icon, a world leader. Folks, what are you being set up for? And if you have a gratitude and find gratitude in those challenging moments. I love what you say, Michael, that it's not about anticipating, but participating in your good life. Woo! This is good stuff, folks. I hope y'all are taking notes. I want y'all to tell Lottie Dottie and everybody to turn on the radio. We are talking good here.
I love it.
So, Michael, you have been able to share with people about prosperity. You know, people are struggling. We got about 2 minutes in this segment, but we're going to start talking a little bit about how you get a prosperity mindset, because many people They have a piety and poverty mindset. They feel that, oh well, God wants me to be poor, and then they've restructured the scriptures to believe that theology. Right. So how do we help people get past that?
There's a couple of things. I know we have just a couple of minutes, so we can talk about it a little bit later.
We'll take a break and come back in the next one. Just get started, and I'll show you.
It is God, and the scripture says God's good pleasure to give us the kingdom.
Right.
And the cattle on a thousand hills belongs to us, meaning that we're surrounded by a field of abundance. Now, there's a great work within all of us, a purpose. Now, you can't be the light of the world if you can't pay your light bill. It's very difficult to be the light of the world if you can't pay your light bill. So the universal presence wants you to be prosperous, not materialistic, not greedy, not consumer-driven. We're not talking consumerism, materialism, or greed. We're talking about all of our legitimate needs met,
right,
in a prosperous way, having that prosperous mindset for what? So that we can deliver our gifts, our talents, and our capacities, so we can make a difference on the planet. If you're always seeking to survive, you don't have time to give your gift.
Right. And
you've been incarnated to give a great gift. Right. Everyone has a great gift. Everyone has a beautiful destiny locked within them. And prosperity, harmonizing prosperity is the way I code it. Having the harmonizing prosperity mode of thinking allows us to have what we need so that we can give and share our gifts.
A harmonizing mode of prosperity that we can share our gifts. Folks, this is profound because what it shares is this. And the Bible, again, go back to Scripture, because Scriptures are the book of life. The book of life tells us that God gives us the power, the strength, the abilities, the gifts, the tools to create wealth, so we can establish His kingdom here on earth, that we can make a difference in the lives of others. You can't give if you ain't got. You can't bless if you don't have some way to impact other people and you're struggling. You can't do all you want to do. You can't give a scholarship. You can't give a blessing to a ministry or a mission or a homeless shelter. That we can be givers because we've been given and we've used our gifts to the fullest. And so harmonizing prosperity, that it's making a difference with our goal to be able to give more, do more, and be more. Why? We got the one and only Michael Bernard Beckwith on with us. You can go to his website, michaelbernardbeckwith.com, to get access to his events. He's having some on the East Coast, some on the West Coast, some are coming up soon. So we want you to go today. We don't want you to wait. Go sign up today, go visit, or go to agapelive.com and be able to find out when they are having worship, and then to go and stream and listen to his messaging. I'm telling you, folks, he lit up Howard University. People were hollering, screaming, but it was just incredible. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back, last segment, because we want to share with you a few more ideas on how to change your thinking so you can change your future, so you can change your family's future and make a difference. This is Dr. Willie Jolley across America, and go to williejolly.com so you can get sign up to our newsletter. But we want you to come back with more information in a minute from our dear guest, Michael Bernard Beckwith, and for sure, your best is yet to come.
In the midnight hour, and you know when you call, won't refuse. Call me in the morning, call me late at night, 'cause anytime you call me, you know that it's alright. I'm telling you once, and I'm telling you twice, for you I really care, and I'm willing to share, and I'm willing to sacrifice.
Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and for years I've told people that in order to have a greater life, it starts by having greater individual days. If you have a great day and you repeat that great day 7 times, you've had a great week. And you repeat that week 4 times, you've had a greater month. And then repeat that month 12 times, you've had a greater year, and you're on your way to a greater life. And it starts with that individual day. I recommend you start each day with something powerful. I call it the pure, the powerful, and the positive. Rather than starting your day with bad news, how many people got killed, or how many children got snatched, or how many fires there were, I recommend you start your day with something to inspire and empower and encourage you to make this day a great day. We're excited to announce the start of Jolley TV on my Facebook page. Go to Willie Jolley, Willie.Jolley on Facebook. Just go to Willie.Jolley on Facebook and get ready for a great day and a great life. Have a great day on purpose.
To the D to the T to the I to the T to the U to the D to the E. A to the D to the T to the I to the T to the U to the E to the E. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's all about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's all about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's all about your attitude.
And we're back. This is Dr. Willie Jolley across America. Hope you're enjoying the music. Go to williejolly.com/free to get some of that free music and some of the materials we have. And now my guest, we got one more segment for the one and only Michael Bernard Beckwith. He is the founder of Agape International Spiritual Center. He's the author of numerous books. Michael, what are some of the books, real quick, so people can go get some of your thinking in books, please?
They want to pick up the classic Spiritual Liberation, Fulfilling Your Soul's Purpose. They want to pick up Life Visioning, which is very powerful in terms of some of the things we're talking about today, learning how to catch the vision that your soul is emanating so you can walk in that direction. They want to pick up 40-day Mind Fast Soul Feast, which is a 40-day, a different lesson every day for 40 days with an affirmation, a lesson, and some action plan. They want to pick up Transcendence, which is 9 wisdom talks put in a book. It's called Transcendence Expanded, and it comes with a CD of my music. Me basically teaching over music. It's dance music, actually.
Wow.
And so that's Transcendence. And there's a number of other books as well.
Speaking of music, the folks, if you've never experienced the two of them, Michael and Ricky together, what a 1-2 punch, my brother. You married well. You did marry well. You
I did marry up.
Yeah, you did. You like me. We both married up, and you did well. She is phenomenal. Please tell people where they can hear her music, please.
She's ridiculous. Her latest work is called Let My Soul Surrender, which is a book on how the music was written along with the CD of the music, and we've been writing music together for 27 years.
Wow.
And so we have a large body of music, and it was called The Sound of Agape. Now it has been known as its own genre. We've birthed a genre called rhythm and joy, as opposed to rhythm and blues. The Sound of Agape, what's emerged initially through our writing together, is now called rhythm and joy. And so it spans spiritual communities, different kind of seminars. People use our music, and it has its own genre now. So within our lifetime, Ricky and I have birthed the genre called rhythm and joy.
Wow.
And so they can go to RickyByersBeckwith.com. They can go to RickyBB.com.
RickyBB.com.
And even AgapeLive.com and pick up her music. But her latest one is Let My Soul Surrender, but she has 9 or 10 CDs in the land of I Am from within. There's some powerful CDs.
Well, you tell her I love her and I love her music, and she just blessed me not only at John's service but at the church service. And I told my friends about her. I said this lady and this guy, they just gotta.
She's a genius.
Yeah. Well, you the genius for marrying a genius. You didn't. Your mama didn't raise no fool. Okay, let's talk a little more real quick about where you can get prosperity thinking and how people can get past their negative thinking, their stinking thinking, their thinking that holds them back.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.